The Los Angeles Rams, like 31 other NFL teams, must be monitoring the latest developments between the Dallas Cowboys and elite edge rusher Micah Parsons. Sean McVay is the last person Jerry Jones wants near Micah Parsons' chaos. Per a Fox Sports graphic shared on social media, the Rams are the 7th most likely landing spot for Parsons right now. But that same graphic views some key LA opponents as likely landing spots for the veteran pass rusher. They are Philadelphia Eagles, 3rd most likely; Arizona Cardinals, 4th most likely; San Francisco 49ers, 5th most likely. And as far as the Rams' 2025 NFL season, the path to an NFL playoffs berth runs much more smoothly without facing Micah Parsons once, or even twice, along the way. Micah Parsons' trade request could get in the way of Rams' playoff chances. It's okay to be honest right now. The Rams are unlikely to face any edge rusher who is more dominant than the 26-year-old Parsons. And thanks to the Rams' schedule not facing the Cowboys this season, the Rams have no reason to be overly concerned about him. At least, not as long as he remains in Dallas. But circumstances change quickly in the NFL. Even as the Cowboys vow not to trade Parsons, they may be tempted to do so by a lucrative offer. And how long can the Cowboys front office endure the headaches and public humiliation of trade demands from the most productive player on their roster? Right now, the two sides are at an impasse. Sometimes it ends up that all's well that ends well. Other times, LA has been the white knight who rushes into the conflict with an offer that allows the team to save face while prying an elite player loose from an opposing team's roster. If I had to place a wager right now, I'd say Jerry Jones will pay the premium to extend Parsons. But if they are unable to do so, there are multiple teams that the Rams face this season who are extremely motivated to trade for him. This Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys breakup could spiral into a Rams nightmare if that happens. So let's all hope for the Cowboys to make Micah Parsons happy, and do so quickly. As always, thanks for reading. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons made a massive splash after asking the franchise to trade him for all the disrespectful things related to him. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was in no way fazed. Parsons voiced his frustration in a lengthy social media post, stating, "Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here," while citing repeated shots from the organization and contract talks held behind closed doors without my agent present, he added, according to ESPN. He also accused the team of spreading false narratives and criticizing him for injuries he suffered while giving everything for his teammates, the fans, and the franchise. Despite the tension, Parsons showed up to Cowboys training camp on Saturday, though he wasn't wearing his usual number 11 jersey. For the first time this camp, he didn't participate with the defense and instead spent time with offensive position groups like quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. During team drills, he was seen sitting under the tower, where Jones typically watches practice. Jones spoke to reporters that day and addressed whether Parsons' trade request surprised him. "Not really. Not really at all. This is just negotiation," he said. He also downplayed the back tightness that has kept Parsons off the field, calling it the usual stuff that comes with decades of managing contract situations. The owner stated that he and Parsons reached a verbal agreement in March, but the player later backed out. Jones hinted that the offer was extremely generous, without disclosing details, but implied it included nearly $200 million in guaranteed money. "That's what you don't know. But my point is I reached," Jones said. Although the Cowboys have not resumed talks with Parsons' agent, David Mulugheta, Jones emphasized that any change to the contract must be mutually agreed upon. He also pointed to his long track record negotiating with star players, reminding reporters that he and Parsons had already reviewed the details during that March meeting. With no extension, Parsons is set to play the 2024 season on his fifth-year option, worth $21.3 million. If no deal is reached, the Cowboys could apply the franchise tag from 2026 through 2028, though the 2028 figure would match the average salary of the NFL's top 5 quarterbacks. Still, Jones isn't worried. "Don't lose any sleep over it," he told fans on Saturday. The Dallas Cowboys have suffered some concerning offensive line injuries in the last few practices, as left tackle Tyler Guyton will miss the rest of the preseason with a knee injury, and backup guard Rob Jones is out for an extended period of time with a broken neck. The Cowboys would be wise to take a look at the free agent market, as thin as it may be, and bring in a veteran like Will Hernandez. After spending the last 2 years on the Arizona Cardinals being coached by Clayton Adams, who is Dallas' new offensive coordinator, the UTEP alum may be heading back to Texas as an injury replacement for Jones and Guyton. NFL.com's Kevin Patra listed the Cowboys as the best landing spot for Hernandez. This comes just a few days after Hernandez confirmed he is medically cleared to play after suffering a torn ACL early in the 2024 season, which has impacted his value. Dallas clearly shouldn't be in the market for injury-prone players after losing multiple expected contributors to injury in recent weeks, but they may have no choice but to take a look at Hernandez if they want to sign the best player available at the position. Cowboys urged to sign free agent guard Will Hernandez. Patra mentioned that it could be prudent of Dallas to move left guard Tyler Smith over to left tackle as long as Guyton is out, which could prompt a player like Hernandez sliding in at left guard. Hernandez would bring the versatility needed to play both guard spots if called upon. Cowboys fans might remember Hernandez, a former second-round pick of the New York Giants, struggling with Big Blue. However, he was able to use his freakish strength to great effect with the Cardinals, as he managed to become a much better pass blocker than he was in New York. Hernandez could be worth a flyer as a backup following the Jones injury, as there's no such thing as having too many quality offensive linemen in the modern NFL. With the Eagles ready to compete for another ring and the Giants loading up on pass rushers, Dallas needs all the help it can get. Hernandez's health is a big concern, as older offensive linemen with serious knee injuries in their recent history rarely turn into elite players. However, his familiarity with the coaching staff might be enough to get a deal done for 2025.